Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got a really interesting case study, actually. It's an SEO site structure audit for a personal injury law firm.
Hmm.
And on the surface, this site looks like a beast.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking, what, over 1,000 HTML pages indexed?
1,046 to be precise.
Yeah.
Which is, a substantial digital footprint.
Absolutely huge. So you'd think, okay, they must be doing great in local search.
You would think, but that's the paradox here.
They're underperforming, losing out to competitors with, way smaller sites.
Exactly. It's a classic case of volume not translating into actual performance.
So our mission today is to figure out why. How can a site that big not be organized well enough for Google? Okay, let's unpack this. The core finding seems pretty clear, right? Size isn't everything if the foundation's off.
That's precisely it. When we looked at the audit, it wasn't just about counting pages. It was about the architecture. Does it make sense to a user? And critically, does it clearly signal authority, both topic and geographic, to search engines? And what's fascinating is that the sheer size kind of hid the main problem. It wasn't a lack of content, not at all. It was a fundamental structural issue.
Like what?
The high-level SEO silo structure, the thing that organizes everything and funnels authority, it was just missing.
Okay, so if the site's like a big library, they bought thousands of books but forgot to create the main sections, like fiction, nonfiction.
That's a great analogy, exactly. And the most immediate problem, the first thing that jumped out, was the connection or lack thereof to their Google business profile, the GBP.
Ah, the GBP. Google's little info card for the business.
Right. And when you set that up, you pick your main category, personal injury attorney here, but Google also requires you to cover certain secondary categories.
And these aren't just suggestions, are they? They're pretty much mandatory if you want to play the game properly.
Absolutely mandatory. The audit flagged that this firm completely missed creating landing pages for 4 specific required secondary GBP categories.
4 missing pages out of 1,000. That seems small, but I guess critical.
Hugely critical. By skipping these, they were basically telling Google, hey, we don't really need to rank for the big foundational concepts related to our business, which is madness.
So why are these specific 4 pages so crucial? And hang on, categories like law firm and attorney,
Yeah.
they sound almost the same. Why list them separately?
Yeah, that's a really common point of confusion, but it makes sense when you think about search intent from Google's perspective. The law firm page, it targets those really broad searches. Someone looking for legal help maybe hasn't specified what kind yet. Top of the funnel.
Okay.
The attorney page is slightly different. It focuses more on the professional, the individual expertise. Google wants you to show authority for both the business entity and the professional service. 2 sides of the same coin, almost.
Gotcha. So what were the 4 missing ones specifically?
Okay, so first that general law firm category page, and it needed the city, like law firm city.
Right. Local.
Absolutely crucial. Second, the attorney page, similar format, attorney city. Third was a broader legal services page. And fourth, and this one's really important for PI firms, a trial attorney page.
Okay, trial attorney. Now that one feels different. That's not just generic legal stuff. That's about actually going to court. Right?
Yeah.
A big differentiator.
Exactly. For personal injury, signaling you're prepared to go to trial is huge. It separates you from firms that just want quick settlements. It's a high-intent, high-value signal. Google expects a serious PI firm to have authority here.
And the audit was really strict about naming the title tags for these new pages, not just suggestions, but specific formulas.
Oh, completely. Non-negotiable. For the new law firm page, the title tag had to be Law Firm City Trusted Personal Injury Attorneys.
Very specific.
And for trial attorney, it was Trial Attorney City Courtroom Excellence. That level of localization and specificity leaves no doubt for the search engine. This is the main hub for this concept in this city. Without them, you're just not competing effectively for those broader terms.
Okay, so step 1, build these 4 crucial category hubs. But that wasn't the only problem, was it? The audit also flagged the homepage.
Yeah, the homepage was. Well, it wasn't pulling its weight as the site's main anchor. The title tag was a classic mistake.
What was wrong with it?
It was just the firm name, like Smith & Jones Law, which is fine for branding, maybe, but people searching after an accident aren't typing in Smith & Jones Law. They don't know them yet.
Right, they're searching personal injury lawyer near me or something like that.
Exactly. So the homepage has to signal local relevance immediately. We mandated a title tag fix, include the primary GBP category and the city. The required format became personal injury attorney city firm value proposition, Something short and punchy about why choose them.
And just changing the title isn't enough, I gather. The actual content on the homepage needed work, too.
Definitely. The body copy needs to explicitly mention those 4 secondary categories we talked about: law firm, attorney, legal services, trial attorney. And crucially, it needs prominent internal links pointing directly to those newly created category pages.
So the homepage acts like the main directory, pointing traffic and authority down to those core hubs.
Precisely. It validates the structure below it. Equity needs to flow down.
Okay, homepage fixed, new category hubs created. But you mentioned the site had over 1,000 pages already.
Hmm.
What about them? The audit found issues there too, right? A lack of consistency.
Yes, a big one. Title tag standardization. They had lots of great specific service pages, car accidents, slip and falls, wrongful death, all that.
Change of practice areas.
Right, but the title tags were all over the place. Some had the city, some didn't, some were long, some short. It was just messy. Confusing for search engines.
Like static noise?
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
So we required a strict, uniform format for all local service pages and those new category pages, service category, city value, proposition.
Simple, clear, consistent.
Exactly, and 2 hard rules came with that. 1, keep the whole thing under 60 characters so it displays properly in search results. And 2, the city name must be in the title tag for every single local service page. No exceptions. If you miss the city in the title, you're kneecapping its local relevance no matter how good the page content is.
Wow, okay. So standardization is key. And all this work, the new hubs, the homepage fix, the consistent titles, it leads towards building this SEO silo structure, right? That's the ultimate goal.
That's the end game here. Taking that sprawling collection of 1,000 plus pages and turning it from, let's say, a pile of bricks into a properly constructed building.
Where every room connects logically.
Right. The silo structure makes it crystal clear to Google how everything fits together, how your specific page about, say, downtown city truck accidents relates up to the broader trial attorney city category, which relates up to the main personal injury attorney city homepage. It channels authority.
Okay, so how do you actually build those connections? What are the specific linking rules?
It boils down to 3 key internal linking steps to really cement that hierarchy. First, service to category linking. Every specific service page, like Downtown City Truck Accident Lawyer, must link up to its main parent category page. So the truck accident page links up to the trial attorney page, for instance. Link equity flows up.
Got it. Link upwards.
Yeah.
What's next?
Second, category to service linking. Those new category hub pages need to link down to the most important service pages underneath them. The audit recommended linking from each category hub to maybe 8 to 12 of its most relevant, high-priority service pages. It completes the circuit.
Up and down, connecting the levels. Makes sense. And the third step?
The third is making it visible and obvious to everyone, users and Google alike. Breadcrumb navigation.
The little trail at the top of the page.
Exactly. It needs to clearly show the hierarchy. Homepage category service, like home trial attorney city truck accident lawyer. It reinforces the structure on every single page.
So even though the audit said that service pages were already reasonably well linked,
Right, they have some internal links.
without those category hubs and the clear breadcrumb path, they were still kind of isolated, like islands.
Precisely. Strong islands, maybe, but disconnected. That limits the site's overall authority in those broader categories. It raises that question. How can Google trust your authority on personal injury law if you haven't even organized your own information logically with clear hub pages?
That really puts the structural problem in perspective. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. We've got the structure planned out, but what about the content for those 4 new critical category pages? They can't just be thin placeholders, right?
Absolutely not. Content quality is non-negotiable here. These hub pages need to be substantial, authoritative resources themselves.
What does that mean in practice?
The audit mandated a minimum of 800 words of unique, valuable content for each new category page. And this isn't just filler text. It needs to include things like relevant FAQs, specific case results, or examples related to that category, maybe attorney bios highlighting experience in that area.
So the trial attorney page would showcase trial wins and the attorneys who handle litigation.
Exactly. The legal services page might give a broader overview with maybe client stories covering different practice areas they handle. Real substance.
And there's something about technical code, too. Schema markup.
Yes. Crucial step. Beyond just writing good content, you need to basically spoon-feed the information to Google in a format it loves. That's what schema markup does.
It's like adding labels in the code that say, this is a law firm, this is its address, this is a service they offer.
Precisely. We required specific types: local business schema, attorney schema, and service schema. This structured data explicitly defines who they are, where they are, what they do, and confirms their professional standing. It just gives Google much higher confidence to rank them well.
Okay. And just quickly running on the technical side, consistency across the board is key, right? URLs, descriptions.
Yes, absolute consistency reinforces the whole structure. Clean URL structure, like that city service format, and very importantly, unique meta descriptions for every page. They need to be compelling, include the city and the service, make people want to click from the search results, and the H1 tag, the main heading on the page, should closely match the page's title tag. Alignment everywhere.
Wow. Okay, so it's a lot of interconnected pieces. What's the expected payoff for all this work?
The anticipated impact is significant. By creating those 4 missing category hubs, fixing the homepage, standardizing titles, and building that proper silo structure with internal linking and schema, the site goes from being this kind of sprawling, slightly chaotic library to a really well-organized, authoritative resource.
Makes sense.
They should see a major improvement in their ability to rank, not just for the super specific service terms, but crucially for those broader high-level category searches like law firm and city or trial attorney near me. That's where they were really missing out.
This has been fascinating. It really drives home that architecture can trump sheer volume. The key takeaway seems loud and clear. Local SEO isn't just about having a ton of pages, even 1,000 pages.
Not at all.
It's about having the right pages, those core category hubs, and linking everything together logically, consistently, in a structure that screams authority and relevance to Google. So what does this all mean when you boil it down?
I think the primary lesson here is that fundamentals matter. Organization, architecture, these basics are the absolute bedrock of performance, even in a complex field like SEO. You can pour resources into content, but if the structure underneath is flawed, if those key connections are missing, you're building on sand. You won't hit your potential.
Which brings us to our final thought for you. Listening today, if a huge law firm website with over 1,000 pages can be significantly held back just because 4 crucial organizing pages were missing and the internal links weren't structured properly, think about your own world. What simple, maybe overlooked structural element might be missing in your area of expertise, in your business, in your projects, that's preventing things from connecting properly and reaching peak performance? Go find your missing hubs.